Polti è nata nel 1978. A quel tempo...
Polti was founded in 1978. At that time, I was a representative for professional steam irons. One day, talking to my customers, I had an intuition. Offer the quality of a professional iron for domestic use.
Fedele alla mia filosofia innovatrice.
Following a philosophy of innovation, I looked at further ways to exploit the power of steam and make housework easier. My philosophy can be summarized in a sentence.
Tutto ciò che merita di essere fatto,
If it deserves to be done, then it deserves to be done well.
That was Franco Polti.
Franco Polti. And you know what's funny? The family owns the company to this day.
I love
They do. It's
that.
family owned and run, so it's really cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
If you happen to own the Vaporetto, you like that Italian
It was very
accent?
good. Vaporetto.
I'd love to talk to you. We do have free shipping for you today.
Yep.
And there's a third flex, $19.98. The power of steam, I'm so a fan. Because you know what? I am just not a fan of chemicals.
Chemical-free cleaning.
I don't want to spend money on anything that does it. What does better than just high temperature water being blasted out with pressure? No
chemicals, no odors, and it's going to be sanitizing the surfaces at the same time. Because when I squeeze this trigger, what's happening here is that steam's coming out at 275 degrees at over 43.5 pounds per square inch or PSI. Let me show you why. We're going to come down here. I'm going to switch places with you real quick. Okay. Right here, we've got a block of ice, and this block of ice is probably about an inch thick at its thickest, okay? Whoa. If I put the Polti behind this, look at the way it blows holes through this piece of ice. And that's because, isn't that neat? And that's because it's coming out at such a high volume and such high pressure. Now, the reason we can say that it's coming out at that high pressure is because of this. This is what you're getting inside of the Easy that you're buying right now. Yeah, this is a steel boiler, okay? So the water actually gets under pressure. Most of our competitors, what are they using this thing right here? It's called a heat exchange, and all that does is it just lets the water go through a tiny tube, no pressure whatsoever. So with the Polti, you're gonna be getting a lot more pressure to do your cleaning. Speaking of which, let's do a little bit, okay? Now, you're getting a lot of accessories with this, okay? A ton of accessories. This particular one is a grout brush, okay? So it's got a series of brushes in a row. When I squeeze the trigger, you can see that steam come out there, okay? Now, grout is a very porous surface. So on this backsplash that I have in front of me right here, there's grease in between all of these little nooks and crannies. If I take this and I go up and down these grout lines, what's happening is the pressure is getting below the surface of the grout, okay? Because grout is
porousness of grout.
Exactly. Getting beneath that surface. So if you have beautiful grout that you've been using, I need a rag. Here we go. I'll just use this. Watch this. I'm going to wipe this off real quick. Look at how beautiful that looks right there. And there's all the gunk that came off of it.
Cleaning grout is the reason I fell in love with steam cleaning years and years and years ago. So, and by the way, it's safe to say that every accessory you're using for these demos, you get them.
You're going to get it. Okay. Do you like candles?
I love them.
Yeah, my wife does too. But here's the thing. I keep finding things inside her freezer with wax on them, because I guess that's a trick to get stuff off. Here, I said one day, listen, just use the Polti. Watch this. This is on top of this, that's wax. Now watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the Polti, and do you see what's going on there? It's melting the wax on this and pushing it all to one side.
That's a good demo, wow.
Isn't that great?
That's
so
power.
Instantly it melts that wax. So if you do, if you have a lot of candles, if you love candles, that's a great way.
And that's such a difficult thing to get off.
It really is.
It's tough.
No, it is hard. Watches, jewelry, that sort of thing. You can use steam, because if you go to a jewelry store, they're just gonna use steam anyway, okay? And you're gonna pay them a lot of money to do it. Might as well do it in your house, because you get the sweat and the lotions and the potions that we wear.
You can use it on everything.
Look at this. Look at the gunk that was on that. By the way, that's not mine. Okay, but look at the gunk that's on. Exactly. But look at the gunk that's on there. So this is a really safe and easy way to clean your jewelry.
We're dancing well together today.
Yeah, we are dancing well today. All right, now if you want to clean windows with this as well, or maybe you want to do your shower stalls or anything like that, we give this window cleaning attachment.
Huge attachment. I love this.
Yeah, look at this. Look at the way it has a squeegee, and look at the way the steam comes out of that. Now in front of me here, I have a piece of glass that's filthy. Okay, let's say this was a glass top table sitting in your dining room, maybe. And watch this. One pass with the Polti.
Bam.
Boom. Look at how gorgeous this is. I was doing this like it's a mirror. I'm like, you can see me. But look at how beautiful it is. And we did it in one pass. It's streak-free, and it's going to have no moisture on it just because we use that squeegee. I mean, look at that. It's absolutely gorgeous. That's a great job.
So if you're just tuning in, already over 100 people have taken advantage of this. This is such a great product. Another Polti design. It's an engineering feat.
It really
is. What Polti puts together in their product.
Well, now let's talk about the kitchen, because a lot of folks use their steamers in the kitchens almost exclusively sometimes. And This is a cutting board, okay? Now, if you're cutting ham, turkey, chicken, anything like that that's got juices and blood on it, you know, a wood cutting board is very, very porous. Now,
it's usually not the best idea unless you can steam clean it with power and high temperature.
But here's the thing, you know, one of the claims that we can make with our Polti is that if, you know, you can sanitize this board. We actually have third-party laboratory testing that shows that if you use high pressure, right there, after 15 seconds of direct contact with the Polti steam cleaner, the following bacteria are neutralized: E. coli, salmonella, staph, and other fungi and bacteria. So that being the case, that's the thing I'm going to use on my cutting board. Now watch this.
So that is something that we can't say about just any old product.
No.
That's a major, major thing to understand. I mean, it's because of the power and the high temperature that you get here.
Exactly. And it's the steam. You know, it's the pressure that's coming out of this. The 43.5 PSI that you get from the Polti. It's going deep down into that wood, Callie. I think that's about 15 seconds. Now, you can see right there, it's actually penetrated the wood. You can see some of the stuff running off. But if I take a rag and I go across that, wow, look at the difference in that wood. I mean, that got down beneath the surface. Something soap and water is never, ever going to do. Another thing I like to clean in the kitchen with mine, you ever have your drain start to get a little bit of a funky smell to it?
We were just talking about that, yeah.
Yeah, if your drain starts to get a little bit of funky smell, just take your Polti, put it down one side of your garbage disposal, pull the trigger. It's going to go through the pipes, yeah. And while it's traveling through those pipes, Callie, what it's doing is it's sanitizing and it's killing the bacteria that causes odors.
Oh,
okay?
Bring it on.
So by doing that, we're getting rid of the stink that might be down there,
Bring it on.
Very quick and easy.
No more stinky.
Yeah. One of the things I just recently did in my kitchen was I cleaned underneath my drop sink. If you have a granite countertop and you have a sink that's underneath it, there's a little lip on the inside you can never get at. Mold grows there.
Oh, yeah,
Same thing with your fixtures, okay? This looks clean. How would you clean, though, underneath this? Watch this. I take my Polti and look at the pressure in the steam.
Well, look at it. It's blasting into an area that you couldn't possibly get to.
And look what's coming out the other side.
That builds up in those places that aren't sealed tight. Obviously, that's a bunch of bacteria.
And there's no way you could do that. By the way, you get this tip as well. It's called the concentrator tip, and you can see the way it just really aims that steam where you want it. So you're going to be able to clean all through your kitchen, up, down, everywhere.
All of those places, even if your sink doesn't kind of, you know, if it's not flush to the counter, you know, around that, that's where all the mold and, like you said, the bacteria, and that's the stuff that makes your home smell bad.
Exactly. Now, right up here on the backsplash, if your backsplash gets a little weird, it gets a little funky, we give you this little terry cloth boot that fits on the end of the window cleaner right here. When I squeeze the trigger, you can see that steam coming out of the end.
Oh my gosh,
now, you can use this on fabric surfaces. You could use this on your mattress to kill bed bugs.
Whoa.
Yes, you can. There's a steam that comes out. But watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go on my backsplash just like this. And as I'm going back and forth, it's getting all the grease and all the grime and everything. Not going, you know, in the grout lines, yes, but I'm not just doing the grout lines. I'm actually doing the tiles themselves.
Oh.
Look what came off.
Who knew?
Look what came off of that.
Who knew?
Yeah, exactly. You're going to find things all through your house and your kitchen that you never knew.
And with the
were
other
dirty.
attachment that you started with that you will receive.
The grout lines.
You can get in there. Like literally, this is the cool new attachment. I haven't seen this one yet.
You've never seen that?
No, that's really cool how it literally, you can see
one of my favorites.
how it fine-tune, you know, individual little grout lines.
Yeah.
That's where the pressure blasts through.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, this is going to be such a favorite tool for you. 427-892 is the item number.
Right.
Free shipping to your door. You've got a month to try it. Until you've tried steam cleaning with a brand like Polti, you don't know what clean is.
Well, like they say in Europe, it's not clean until it's Polti clean,
Right,
okay?
good point.
Now, if you look at this toilet, it doesn't look too bad, okay? But if I take a black light, we treated this with a material that actually shows you where dirt and bacteria are. And as I go back and forth, see the parts where it's glowing really
everywhere.
You can see, yeah, it's all over this thing. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Polti, and I'm just gonna hit it with that steam for 15 seconds. Because remember, as our little graphic shows you from Gibraltar Laboratories, they did that third-party laboratory testing, 15 seconds of direct contact with Polti steam cleaners will neutralize the following bacteria, and that's gonna be E. coli, salmonella, staph, and other fungi and bacteria. So here we go.
I want to make sure that everybody understood that because you talked really fast.
I'm sorry.
E. coli, salmonella, staph, fungi, and other bacteria.
Right.
After 15 seconds of contact with your Polti. That's big.
Now watch this. I just gave that a quick wipe. I'm gonna go back with the black light. Now look at the top. Don't see anything. Come down to the bottom where I didn't actually treat it.
Oh yeah.
See what's going down here at the bottom? So you could see right there, clearly there's a big difference between the top and the bottom of this. And that's just dirt that you can't see.
And that's the dirt, I'm sorry, the stuff that makes us not feel well most of the time. Ugh. And then we touch that and then we transfer it because we touch somebody else and we touch the door handle. And I mean, this is the way to, when I say deep down clean, I'm not kidding.
No,
I'm not kidding.
No, it gets in there. Now, for instance, if you want to clean your bathroom, you can use it on the chrome. If you want to use it on the chrome, get up in here. And this, now, by the way, this brush right here is included as well. It's a small nylon brush that fits on the end. Take that and really get in there and do a nice scrub on the chrome. And that's going to melt all the soap scum, the calcium deposits, the lime scale, all that stuff. I'm going to give that a quick wipe just so you can see how gorgeous that is. I mean, look how pretty that is in just seconds. Oh, my gosh, and look at what came off of that, okay? If you want to hit it on the porcelain, perfect to use on the porcelain. And you know, Callie, what's funny is that our bathrooms are like the smallest rooms in our house. It's the worst place to use chemicals because when you go in there, you're choking yourself out on them when you go into the bathroom with chemicals. Look how beautiful that is in just a second. And again, there's all the grime that came off of that.
And it's the room that probably holds the most bacteria and
kind of
grossness.
does. It kind of does. If your shower stalls or your sliding glass doors even are having a hard time opening and closing, you're thinking to yourself going, you know, maybe it's time that I bought a new slider. You know what, give it a shot with the Polti first and just see if you get all the gunk out of that, all the grease, the grime, you know, if you're talking about your sliding glass doors, but in your, look at that. But
they
your shower
slide
stalls,
better too.
Exactly, they're going to function better. They're going to slide back and forth a whole lot better.
Hundreds gone and hundreds more after seeing that bacteria that you got rid of on the toilet. Very popular. I know we have limited time. Yours is here by making that call. By the way, 3 flexes for today only. So it's $19.98. Yeah, use it on the outdoor grill. Yeah. I love the idea of using natural. I mean, I don't want to use some chemical on my grill and then throw a steak on there tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and then there's weird things that you can use on it that you might not think of, like your kids, not that they're weird necessarily, but things that you wouldn't think of, like your kids' toys. You can take this and use this on a teddy bear, and it's doing the same things with the germs and bacteria on this as it does on everything else in the house, because you wouldn't want to put Teddy in the not the dishwasher, but in your washing machine, because if you did, it would absolutely ruin him.
Yes,
you know,
it would.
Before you vacuum, I always tell people, take your steamer and just go like this in the air, and what's going to happen is the steamer is going to, that steam is going to attach to all the dust particles and things floating in the air and make them drop to the carpet so you can vacuum.
Good tip.
Yeah, if you have clothes that you don't want to take to the dry cleaner because maybe they have a little bit of a smell to them, just hit them with the Polti in those areas, the armpits and that sort of thing, and get rid of the odors using the steam. Very, very simple to do.
Did you say use it on fabric like in the
You can use it on fabric.
That's a good idea too.
To get rid of odors.
Maybe in the sneakers.
Well, and we all know wrinkles with steam. I mean, you know, this will do the same thing as a steamer, one of those fabric steamers. You can do the same thing with that.
It's true.
But I want to show you this one more time, our ice demo, simply because look at this right here. That's the power of the Polti. That's the pressure you're getting. 43.5 PSI coming in at 275 degrees. Look at that.
And by the way, you've been using the same steam cleaner the whole time, and it doesn't ever like lose suction power, not suction power.
Pressure.
Pressure power.
I can go like 20, 25 minutes with this, a continuous cleaning.
And you just use tap water.
Just tap water.
That's, to my knowledge, that's free.
Yeah, last time I checked it was free.
427-892. Thank you, Lou.
You're
Happy
welcome, my
Easter
pleasure.
to you.
You too.
We've got much more to come. Stay